Hello, my dear students of BSc 5th semester. So, welcome to physics classes by me, Sarandeep Kaur Sidhu. So, today our topic is that is the Summerfield quantum free electron theory. So, in the previous lecture, we have studied the classical model of free electron gas, or you can say also Drude theory of free electron gas. So Drude used MB statistics. He treated free electron gas classically. So there are some drawbacks in that theory. That theory can't explain some physical quantities. So Summerfield, we have new theory, that is a Summerfield quantum free electron theory. So Summerfield treated, you can say, free electron gas quantum mechanically. He said that the free electron gas should be treated quantum mechanically, and second, it must obey Pauli exclusion principle because he treated quantum mechanically. So he used FD statistics. Which statistics? FD statistics. And second is Pauli exclusion principle must be obeyed. So all of you know that what is Pauli exclusion principle, that no two electrons can have same all quantum numbers same. If they have three quantum numbers same, then fourth quantum number, that is a spin quantum number, that must be different. If two electrons have to be occupy a same quantum state, then fourth quantum number, that is spin, one electron having spin up and other must have spin down. Okay? So Pauli exclusion principle must be obeyed. Uses FD statistics. Used FD statistics. So for this, first of all, he treated this free electron gas in one dimensional. So you can also say that quantum free electron theory in one dimension here. Then we extend it into a three-dimensional case. So first we are dealing in, you can say, one dimension. Clear? So in one dimension, he take metal as a potential box. Metal is like a potential box. The dimensions of the box is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L. And the electron is inside this having mass m. Electron having mass m, that is inside this potential box. And the inside V is equal to 0 and outside it is infinity. Outside it is infinity, means x less than 0 or x equal to 0, V is infinity, and for x is equal to L and x greater than L, it is infinity, and within the box, or you can say within x is between 0 and L, V is equal to 0. V is equal to 0. So this electron is colliding with the walls of this box. But it doesn't jump out of the box, because if the electron have to jump out of the box, the V required is infinity. So the electron trapped within a box. So we used here quantum mechanically, we find the energy E. How we can find out? We use Schrodinger wave equation here. So all of you know that the Schrodinger wave equation, we know in quantum mechanics in second year, or in, you can say, third or fourth semester, you have already done the particle in one dimensional box. So same is here. So particle in one dimensional box, here is electron in one dimensional box here. So this is a Schrodinger wave equation. Double derivative of psi with respect to x, here we have one dimensional case, plus 2m upon h cross square E minus V psi is equal to 0. So electron is within the box, V is equal to 0. So V is equal to 0 here. So this Schrodinger wave equation reduced to 2m upon h cross square E psi, that is equal to 0. Now put this 2m E to find out the solution is equal to k square. Put this is equal to k square. So take it equation number first. Now we use the boundary conditions. What are the boundary conditions? That psi, you know that the psi is equal to 0 for x is equal to 0 and psi is equal to 0 for x is equal to L. Now first of all, find the solution of this equation. What is the solution? Possible solution for this psi is equal to a sin kx plus b cos kx. This may be the possible solution of this equation. Now put the boundary condition, psi is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. So when you put psi is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, first boundary condition, you will get b equal to 0. You will get b equal to 0. And when you put psi is equal to 0, when x is equal to L. When x is equal to L. When x is equal to L, you put here, then what is psi 0? 0 is equal to, I write here, 0 is equal to a sin KL, or you can say KL is equal to n pi, or you can say K is equal to n pi by L, where L is the length of this box. So we have K is this and we have K square is this. So using these two equations, what you get? Using these two equations, we have K square, that is equal to n square pi square upon L square, that is equal to 2me upon h cross square. 2me upon h cross square. So from this we can find out the energy. From this we can find out the value of E. E is the, here is the kinetic energy of the electron, because we have taken B is equal to 0 inside the box. Now what is the value of E? E comes out to be n square pi square h cross square upon 2ml square. So this is the energy, the value of energy. When electron is in a one-dimensional potential box having dimensions L, length of the box. So E is equal to this. From this you can also find out the value of psi. Clear? Psi, because here psi is equal to a sin kx plus b cos kx, and this term b is equal to 0, so you have psi is equal to a sin k is n pi by L into x, and using normalization condition we have a is equal to under 2 by L. All of you know this, so I will not go into detail of this. So this is the value of psi. From this you can find out the probability psi star. Yeah, intensity you can also say, you can find out that. So this is, but our aim is to find out the value of E. We have found out that the value of E. Clear? So E is directly proportional to n. E is directly proportional to n, because m is constant, L is constant, H is constant. E is directly proportional to n. So when n increases, E also increases. E also increases. Now according to quantum mechanically, the Pauli exclusion principle must be obeyed. So according to Pauli exclusion principle, if we have, suppose we have 10 electrons or 11 electrons, if we have 11 electrons and we have to fill the quantum states. The first, if one quantum state contains 2 electrons, these 2 electrons must have one having spin up and other having spin down. So 2 electrons in one state, next 2 in second state, next 2 in third, next 2 in fourth, next 2 in fifth, next 2 in sixth. So if there are 11 electrons, the states are n equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if there are 10 electrons, then states are 5. States are 5. So these 5, if there are 11 electrons, these 5 states are fully filled. 2 electrons, 2, 2, 2 here, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and here is 1. This is half filled. And if there are 10 electrons, then the states are 5. Then the states are 5. So if the number of electrons are n, then how many states are? States are n by 2. N by 2. Clear? If there are n electrons, the states are n by 2. And the last filled state is called Fermi state, or also the energy of that state is called Fermi energy at 0 Kelvin. At 0 Kelvin. So if this state is, this is the last filled energy state. This the energy of this state is E. Suppose this is E1, this is having energy E2, this is having energy E3, this having energy E4, this having energy E5, and this is equal to EF. Below which all the states are filled, up to this all the states are filled, and above all the states are empty. So the last filled state, the last filled energy state above which all the states are empty and below which all the states are filled at 0 Kelvin is called Fermi energy. Is called Fermi. The state of that energy state is called the Fermi energy. Clear? So this is about the Fermi energy. If you want to change it to this energy to in the form of, this is here and is the number of electronic states, and if you want to change it to into electron form, then put the value of n is equal to n by 2. So E is equal to, also equal to n by 2 square pi square h cross square upon 2m l square, and also E is equal to n square pi square h cross square divided by 2m l square. So this is about the, and if it is last field EF, then EF is equal to NF square pi square h cross square upon 2m l square, where NF is n by 2. So this is Fermi energy, EF. Now if you want to find out the total energy, if you want to find out the total energy at 0 Kelvin, how can you find out the total energy at 0 Kelvin? Yes, how can you find out? Yes, the total energy. So can I write the total energy as the total energy, I take E naught. E naught is equal to summation n equal to 0 to n by 2 into En. I take it En. Okay? So this is equal to 0 to n equal to 0 to n by 2 En. Value of En is pi square h cross square divided by 2m l square into n square. Now summation n square, because these all are the constants, it taken out of the, can be taken out of the summation. So that is pi square h cross square upon 2m l square summation n equal to 0 to n by 2 n square. Clear? Now one point is here that each state have 2 electrons. So if you want to find out the total energy, we must be multiplied this by 2. We must multiply it by 2. So multiply it by 2. Clear? So summation n square. So put the value of summation n square. Summation n square is n into n plus 1, 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So multiply it, n square plus n into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. Now again multiply 2n cube plus 2n square plus 2n cube plus 2n square plus n square plus 2n square. Yes, 2n cube, 2n square, n square plus n divided by 6. Now we take only this term for otherwise it will be complex calculation. So we take only this cube term. So if we take only cube term, it will be, yes, I write it as here, summation n square, that is equal to 2n cube divided by 6. 2n cube divided by 6, or 1 by 3 n cube. 1 by 3 n cube. Clear? So I write here 1 by 3 n cube. 1 by 3 n cube, and value of n is n by 2. Value of n is n by 2, 1 by 3 n by 2 cube. So this is summation n square. Summation n square is equal to, I write here 2 goes with 2, pi square h cross square. So pay attention on it. That is 1 by 3 n by 2 cube. So I rub it now. Yes. Now we solve this. How we can solve this? Yes. Uh, Take it as it is like this. This is total energy. Total energy E naught, that is equal to pi square h cross square, pi square h cross square 1 by 3. I take it here. M L square. Yes, M L square n square into n. I write n cube as n square into n divided by 8, divided by 2 cube, that is equal to 8, that is equal to 8. Yes, now we have this E is equal to, we have E is equal to, yes, I write it this n by 8, I write it 2 into 2 square, or it can be taken at 1 by 3 pi square h cross square n by 2 square, n by 2 square upon 2 m l square into n. Clear ji? This is 8 here. I take 1 2 here and 2 square here. Clear? And what is this? What is this? 1 by 3 pi square h square over 2 m l square. N by 2 is nf. N by 2 is nf. This is nf. Clear? N by 2 is, I write when this is n by 2 is nf. So this becomes pi square h square n by 2 the square by 2 ml square. This is EF, that is Fermi energy. So this is n into EF. Where what is this? Fermi energy. All of you know that the energy of that state, Fermi level. Fermi level is that level above which all the energy states are empty and below which all the energy states are filled. And the energy of that level at 0 Kelvin. And energy of that level is called Fermi energy. So this is E naught, the total energy at 0 Kelvin. This is equal to 1 by 3 n times EF. And if we take the average energy of ground state, you can say average energy of ground state means at 0 Kelvin. Okay, at 0 Kelvin, that is equal to E naught by n. That is equal to E naught, and E naught is equal to E naught bar, that is E naught by n. And when we divide it by n, this comes out to be 1 by 3 EF. This question is very, very important. This sometimes it comes in exams that show that the average energy is 1 by 3 times the Fermi energy. So this is about the in one dimension Fermi energy. Then we have density of states. What are the density of states? So next is density of states. Yes, density of states. The density of states, it is denoted by dE, and this is equal to dN by dE. dN by dE means the ratio of number of electronic states by energy level, or you can say the states having energy E and E, between energy E and E plus dE, dN by dE. Now we have to find out dN by dE. Clear? But we know that each state having 2 electrons, so we must, if we write here small m, we must multiply it by 2. Multiply it by 2. Now we can find out the dN by dE from here. You can find out E is equal to this. So you can write E or here En. E is equal to n square pi square h square over 2ml square. 2ml square. So from this, find out the derivative of this with respect to n, that is equal to 2n pi square h cross square divided by 2ml square. So dE by dN, that is equal to 2n pi square h square over 2ml square. So 2 goes with 2, 2 goes with 2. You have from this dN by dE, you can find out from here. So when we reciprocate it dN by dE, that is comes out to be ml square divided by n pi square h square. Clear ji? So put the value here, 2 multiplied by 2 we get 2 into m l square divided by n pi square h square. ठीक है जी. So this is the density of states. You can also find out the value of 1 over n from these equations and put the value. So you can also find out the value of n. You can put the value of 1 over n from these equations, putting n equal to n by 2, putting n equal to n by 2, then putting the values from this. You can also put the value of 1 over n. Otherwise you can. Okay ji. So this is about the density of states. This is about the density of states. Thank you.